So you guys know that food contains calories, and calories are a unit of energy. There are three main sources of energy, known as macronutrients: protein, carbs, and fats. Let's take a closer look at protein. In 1 gram of protein, there are 4 calories, but it's not really used for energy. It's more for growth and repair in the body. So when you're at GFT lifting weights, you're actually tearing up your muscle fibers. Your body uses the protein you eat for growth and repair. Now, the best source of protein that has all the building blocks you need is going to come from lean meats. But as a healthy guideline, you should try to incorporate things like eggs, fish, beans, and nuts for healthy fats. Now let's talk about carbs. Carbs are a lot like proteins in that they have about 4 calories per gram, but unlike protein, it is a much cleaner source of energy. So your body actually prefers to use carbs when you're doing activities such as running. But there's a little bit more to it than that. There's simple and complex carbs, and even though your body breaks it all down to the same thing, they act differently. Simple carbs are fast acting, while complex carbs are slow acting. We'll talk about that a little bit more later, but simple carbs include sugary drinks, candy, and yes, sometimes fruit. Complex carbs include brown rice and whole grains, and you can find whole grains in things such as whole grain pasta. Complex carbs are preferred because they release energy slower, which keeps you fuller for longer, and they have a low glycemic index, or GI, which tells you how your body will respond to a food based on its sugar level. Simple carbs have a high glycemic index, which increases your blood sugar really fast and releases a lot of insulin. This energy rush will go away really quickly. The higher the GI, the higher the spike, and the more insulin is released. Insulin is an anabolic hormone which sends a message to your body to store fat. When you eat low glycemic index foods, the insulin spike isn't as high, and you have a sustained amount of energy, a better ability to burn fat, increased concentration, anti-aging, and better overall health. Now the last macro is fat, probably the most controversial one. I'm sure you guys have heard to avoid fat at all costs, and you've seen all these other videos about how bad they are, but that's really not true. Yes, there are more than double the calories per gram than the other macros, and it's easy to see how too much could easily lead to weight gain. But fats are a necessary macronutrient. You need it to survive. Once your carbs run out, your body uses it as a secondary source of energy. It's also really important in hair, skin, and nail production and monitoring your hormones. Now, good fats or unsaturated fats come from things like fish, seeds, nuts, eggs, and oils that are liquid at room temperature. Now, if you're looking to lose fat or to maintain a healthy shape, weight, and lifestyle, chances are that you've looked into many different types of diets, and it gets confusing because it all seems like they're saying different things. But one of the more balanced approaches you could take is the 40-30-30 diet, which is kind of based on these solid scientific principles that we've talked about briefly in this video. It's also more commonly known as the zone diet. This diet emphasizes controlling the quantity of food you eat and the ratio of macronutrients rather than banning or severely restricting certain foods or food groups or macros. Your daily caloric intake will be around 1,200 if you're a woman or 1,500 if you're a man on this diet. The real defining factor of the diet is the macronutrient ratio though. The 40-30-30 figure refers to the percentage of each macro you should be eating at every meal. Each meal should contain around 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. This style of eating is much more balanced than one that requires you to completely cut out an entire food group like carbs, grains, dairy, or meat. Additionally, the 40-30-30 macronutrient ratio with regular meals throughout the day can help stabilize your blood sugar levels, keeping your insulin low and keeping you full longer. Studies have also shown that the zone diet decreases your chances of having any nutrient deficiencies.